Yes, we're going to do a little training, but honestly, we were talking last week and we were like, we need to just recognize people, celebrate people for all kinds of various reasons, and honestly, bring back some of the fun. So, in case you didn't know, today is Andrea Mitchell's birthday. And when I initially reached out to her and was like, we got to do like a fun call, like a good get people connected, get people going call. And I was like, what are you doing Monday? And she was like, it is my birthday that day, Becky. She was like, but you know what? I will get on a call. Like I totally will. And here's what I want you to know about this job, this Plexus job. Okay. It's a get to, not a have to. All right. There's so much fun in doing this. And I don't know if you'd be willing to give up the evening of your birthday to get on a team call, but if you're on this call, you're on Andrea's team. She was happy to do this, but I want to shout her out. And she was like, honestly, what would make it the most fun is if a lot of people were on. And I got to tell you guys, like, if you're on, some of you guys are on and you're, maybe you're in the tub, maybe you're washing dishes for the night, maybe you're driving your kids somewhere and you can't turn your camera on. But if you can have your camera on, like, turn that thing on, y'all. We want to see your face because I'd literally rather scroll through and look at all your faces and it makes me smile. I already see team members on here that make me smile. That's the joy of tonight. For real, I want you to stay on through the whole thing because we're going to be doing a couple different giveaways. We are going to smush some armor training right into the middle of this call, but honestly, interact with us in the chat. We're actually going to give you a couple chances to unmute and share something if the spirit leads, and I would encourage you to do that as well. But without further ado, let me pass the mic to our birthday girl. She's only 37. She's a wee babe in the woods. Here she is, my sponsor and friend, Andrea Mitchell.
Somehow I'm 37, but Becky and I met in our 20s, and that was 25 years ago. So just don't even do the math. It's not worth it. Um, I will say this. When Beck says you get to, you don't have to. When we were first talking about this, I was like, you know what? Sunday's going to be crazy because I don't know about y'all, but everyone was still kind of recovering from 4th of July, out of town. And tomorrow, my daughter has an MRI, which I would much rather be on a team call than at that appointment. But if the way we're all going to get together, the way 30 of us are all going to get to like touch eyeballs on a screen is doing this on my birthday, y'all. Truly, my other option was a 15-year-old like rec basketball game, and I was like, no, I really would rather be on a team call. So I get to be here with y'all, and at the end of the day, y'all, this team, this business is the reason that all the other parts of my life get to function. So why would I not be here? When you realize the magic of residual income with this business and what growth and the fact that like there are people on this call I've never met before. I probably don't even know your sponsor, and there's a good chance you're in my levels 8, 9, 10s, 11s. I don't even get paid on what you do, and I'm still so glad you're here. Like that's the fun of what we do. So let's shout out some people. The table is our team page. Becky and Ellen and I came up with it. Here's the idea of it. Here's why this matters and why top contributors on the table really matter to me. We really thought of it as like a banqueting table. Like if you think about like Beck and I had gone somewhere and we saw the most luxurious charcuterie. I don't even. It's more than charcuterie. It was something out of a magazine. It was probably not exaggerating, 10 feet long, a massive table, and it had all the food, all the fixins, all the honey from a local farm, and all the dried fruits, and all the cured meats, and all the cheeses, and we kept going back just a little bit more, just a little. I don't want that, but I do want some more of this. And that's what we want our team page to be. We want it to be a place where you can bring the thing that you are good at, that speaks to you, that is the like kind of your power in this business. And all of us kind of have our own superpower in this business. So bring your superpower to the page because we don't all have the same ones. And I know for me, I don't have 90% of what I see available out there for superpower. So we need everyone to kind of come in and drop their amazing, creation at the table And then we also need people to be able to take away and ask questions and gather information and put what they need on the plate. And that's calls, that's trainings, that's graphics. And so these people are the top contributors on the table for the last couple of months. So Sarah Byers, which you will see what top contributing does for your business. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit. Ashley Sweeney, who will ask questions, which I love. Y'all, if y'all know anything about me, if question asking could be a core value and or a love language, those would be mine. Cassie Ritchie, who is all in. I love watching her everywhere. Elizabeth McGinley, Danielle Brown, Rhonda Hensel, Sarah Baker, Jessica Gross, and Kristen Criswell. And these are people who show up all the time, year after year after year, no matter what is going on. They show up on the calls, but they know about the calls because they're on the table. And I just really want to say thank you to each of y'all for being willing to be a part of the banqueting table. And if you are listening to this and you haven't ever contributed or commented or gone in there and just said, let me check on it for 5 minutes today and see what's going on the table, we try to put everything in there. That does not make it overwhelming. That makes it really informative, and it's a great place. So change your thinking if you think team pages are overwhelming. No, they're so informative and so helpful for your business. Okay, March through June rank ups. Y'all look at all of these rank ups on our team. 2 new emeralds, which are part of our jewels. So Ashley and Melissa both went emerald. Ruby, senior rubies and rubies are what we call gems in our company. So if this is kind of new verbiage for you, just know that rubies and senior rubies are gems in our company, which pretty much means you are a leader. You have a team that is following you, and you have so much momentum behind you and potential ahead of you to really grow. And Hannah, Haley, Jessica, Hannah, Haley again, because if you'll notice, they went ruby and senior ruby, and Lexi Harrington. Y'all, these are really key leaders on our team. And so you will start to see these same names a lot over the next few months and years as there is so much growth on their team and there's so much energy in what they're doing. Senior Golds, Johanna, I see you wherever you are. I don't know if you're on the call, but just came in lightning bolt. Mitzi Taylor, huge part of our team growth these last few months. Gold, shout out who you have on this list. So if you have somebody on this list, will you shout them out in the chat and just talk about how proud you are of them if they've gone gold or senior gold or senior silver. What you'll notice is a lot of people are in double columns because their business is in movement. Like maybe they went one rank in March and a different rank in May or June, and that happens a lot. I'm looking at a couple of names. I think Johanna Luna is in every single one of these. And then I do not want to forget silvers. We just had a really great call with a stats data guy at corporate. And this right here, every single one of you listed under silver are the way that our team has grown. The reason that we have rank ups on the previous page, the reason our team is successful, and the reason that someone probably has a little bit more belief in what we're doing is because of these specific people. And so I just really want to say thank you to every single one of you for reaching out to your mom, your sister, your best friend, putting yourself out on social media for the first time and doing the hard things, because that is not easy, but it is so necessary. So speaking of all of our rank ups and some really exciting things, we have another exciting group of women. And so I'm going to pass the mic to Ellen Ford, and she is going to talk about, no, before I do that, we're going to talk about top VIP enroller. Sorry, missed a slide. Sarah Byers, which again, when you see who's speaking tonight and why they're speaking, you will see a correlation between these things. Sarah Byers, Vicky, Cassie, Schlager, and you'll notice these are also the people that are ranking up because they're adding people. Kara Kicker, 9. That's incredible. And I think Kara's been with us for 11 or 12 years. So this is not like brand new, like fresh out the gate. Like she is still working at April Evans. I love seeing leaders, what we call the jewels on our team, like April, still recruiting huge. Sarah Nolenberg, same thing. Wesley Bishop. I love seeing jewels on top recruiter lists. Okay. Now, Ellen Ford, this is your slide. Here you go, babe.
Okay, y'all probably just got the polished version of our team call, and now you get me. Okay. So, Icon Club, y'all have to get on this. Icon Club is kind of a newer program that Plexus has. You sign up 10 new VIP customers or brand ambassadors, and you develop two senior silvers. So you have an entire year. That's right, Andrea, like 12 months to get it done. And which sounds like, okay, I can do this, but it's you got to get on it when you're doing it. So I wanted to give a shout out to these ladies who got in there, got it done. April Evans, Ashley Young, who also you just saw her name. You see all these ladies' names, like Andrea said, on those charts. Ashley Young, Haley Elmore, Jessica Schlager, and Sarah Byers, who Sarah Byers just hit Icon Club in June. So she is fresh off of that. So congratulations to all of you ladies. I think now we're going to kick it over to Sarah to give us like a quick hit because your name was at the top of that recruiting list too. So we want to know how you're doing it, what you're doing. Just give us a quick 2 minute testimony, girl.
Hey everyone. Thank you so much for letting me speak on here just for a minute. Icon is so fun. I tried to get it last year and I came so close but didn't get it and then it swiped clean. So this year I was a little bit bound and determined to get it, but I also had my sweet friend Andrea hop into the business with me. And so she had been watching me for since the beginning, 9 years ago. And she's just been awesome. So shout out to you, Andrea, and all my team. They're just really amazing. Icon for me was just about continuing to recruit. And honestly, for myself, I had been a little bit stuck in my business in some areas where I developed some silvers, but it just really wasn't like moving forward. And so I kind of used this to move forward. And Andrea and I have just been working together to get her to senior silver since she kind of started for the business and the products, but so we just been working together closely, doing events. We have given out samples, and just posting consistently has always helped me recruit. And I still have, like, I had a friend join me yesterday that has been talking to me for like 3 years, 3 years of menopause. So don't give up. Keep posting consistently. Do what you can. Give out lots of samples. And one of my big things that I tell people to do is get out in your community. There are so many people don't know it, but there are so many networking groups in your areas. And I find incredible women there because they are women of business and they usually can afford the products. They usually are business minded, so they get it. And so get out there and find some networking groups. Whatever you have to do to find networking groups, do that. And then that's pretty much it. Just keep pushing forward. Like, don't give up. Don't stress out over it. You know, points are going to go backwards, points are going to go forwards. You're going to find those people that really want to run with you, but just don't give up.
Sarah, thank you for sharing that. What is a tip that you would give, like maybe someone who just hopped on this call for the very first time? What is your top tip
I would
to get
say
them going?
go ahead and ask people that are starting the products if they have someone that they want to share with. Like, don't write that off as being too scary or whatever. Like, go ahead and ask them. And like Andrea was talking about on the book club, if y'all are doing the book club with us, find that dirt list. The dirt list is someone who will buy dirt from you. And so ask those customers if they have someone that they would want to share with. One thing that we're doing starting this month is every customer, either past customers or new customers, we're offering them one free 3 day GLP thing. And we're doing a 3 day group. And so that way they'll either do a post or they're going to reach out to somebody and find somebody to do it with them.
Okay.
So it's a little investment, but not a big deal.
But that's a good first step for someone who isn't sure what to do.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. So it's time for a giveaway. Okay. We've been doing enough talking. All right. But you know, Sarah gave us a little tidbit of her business testimony. So, what I want everyone to do is we have this Disney themed, it is a Minnie Mouse simple modern tumbler. And we have to get into the Disney mode because Leaders Retreat is at Disney World. Okay. So we're getting in that theme. So, what I want you to do, everybody better be getting your hands on your finger on the mute button so you can unmute. First person to unmute and give a quick testimony wins this tumbler. Go.
I had menstrual cramps really bad, but I don't anymore.
I was going to say, okay, period, but for real. Okay, girl, you won. And I just saw you on the table. What did you just earn? You just tell us what you did.
Got two recruits, so two like a $10 off code for like new purchase.
Nice. Great job.
But she also just got senior silver.
Yeah. That was what I was getting at. Well, great job, girl. Thank you for stepping out. Sometimes the thing that makes us the most nervous is like, gosh, I've got to unmute and say something, or I've got to post something, or I've got to talk to somebody. But y'all, there's people out there that need the products, desperate for feeling better, desperate for a financial solution. So never be afraid to jump out there no matter what. So I think now we're kicking it over to Becky for some intense product training.
Okay, no, I'm not doing product training, but what I am going to do is talk about having fun together. And part of that happens with events. And so, what I want to do is just remind you guys that you can register for next year, 2027 convention in Atlanta right now. Here's a few shots from this year. I got to say, I had a blast this year. As you can see by the fact that I am dressed up in the gray wig and the glasses as Dr. Brown from Back to the Future in that photo, right near the picture of Sloth from Goonies. But we had so much fun this year at convention. It was a blast. Hey, really quick, because I don't want to let this go by. Mitzi Taylor, I know you're on this call. You also earned Icon. I want to shout you out really quick. It didn't pull that many levels in Andrew's report. I'm really, really proud of you. I'm sad we don't have your photo up here. I know you're on the call, Mitzi. She was also at convention this year with so many of us. And I just want you guys to know, if you want to grow in your business, you need to just go ahead and register for convention now. People who go to convention see growth in their business. All right. So cannot pump that up enough. I want to do another giveaway, and very much like the last one, if you went to convention 2026 this year in Columbus and it built your belief, I want you to unmute and you're going to win this Plexus beach bag. Tell us how it built your belief. Look at all these people afraid to just unmute and say something to win a Plexus branded beach bag.
Okay.
To talk.
Oh no, April, mute yourself.
I thought he was talking, so I was gonna.
I was trying to unmute myself and it wouldn't unmute. Just oh my gosh, the community of women and how it doesn't matter who you met, where they were from. Everybody was genuinely there for everybody. There was no one person there for one person. And just to see everybody and how excited everybody was, it just made me excited even more to be a part of all of this.
Well, and since you happen to also have gone Icon, I want you to, now that you're winning this gift bag, I want you, Mitzi, to give us one piece of advice that you used for going Icon.
Consistency. Just staying consistent and staying in conversations with everybody. I mean, even though you may not get somebody one day, just like Sarah Byer said, she just got somebody after 3 years. You just have to stay in the conversations and stay beside them the whole entire way.
Thank you, Mitzi. I want you to message me your address.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Sorry,
Okay.
April. I love you.
Okay, guys, now we are going to talk about catching each other doing good. So, something that my boys' private school did is they would just, you kind of go through your school week each week. And then at the chapel, they would say, caught you doing good. And they would get a sticker. And it was just things that people noticed that they were doing. And y'all, this does not have to be the big rank ups and recruiting and all things, but you just notice someone doing something like consistently, like showing up for things, whatever. It literally can be anything. So what is like unmute, tell me a name and what you've caught them doing good just in the last couple of weeks. And let's just like rapid fire these. So don't be shy. If two people unmute, just start talking. Whoever starts talking first, we'll just keep going.
This is your chance as a leader to love on your people.
I'm going to unmute, but I cannot take my video off. This is Jessica Koblenz because I just got out of the shower and I'm going to save everyone that. But I I just want to shout out April Evans because she has gotten me on Zooms with people that want the business. She has gotten them involved. She has gotten, I like to say, a whole new team that she has gotten she's building one after the other. She had an in-person event last week that I went to at her house. She just invited whoever could come to her house. It was amazing. We are planning another one in Trussville, Alabama in a couple of weeks, and she's heading it all up. And I'm just really proud of her. And I think it goes to show that sometimes you can hit really fast, and then all of a sudden you might have to take a step back. And if you stop, you're not going to go anywhere. But she has put her foot one in front of the other, and she's kept going, and she is showing up, and I'm really, really proud of her.
Somebody else jump in.
Hi,
This
me,
Go ahead.
Danielle here. I want to shout out my upline, Kristen. Um, convention, she went into convention with a different mindset this year, and I'm really proud of her for stepping out of her comfort zone and showing up in a way not only for herself but for me and her sideline sisters. She puts a lot of time and effort into the things that she does on her posts. And she puts everything she has into it, and it's truly an inspiration, and I love her for it. So
This is Melissa Tex. My camera is not working for some reason. I want to give a shout out to Haley and Hannah on Melissa Amos's team. They are just building the best little team, and it has been so much fun to watch them just come together. They've got some book studies going, and just continuing to just lead by example and supporting their sidelines as well. It's been really fun to watch.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Connie Trahern. She has been rocking it. It was not in her books this year to get to convention, and she was in full blown FOMO while we were all there. But she used that as fuel instead of feeling sorry for herself. She worked the whole time we were there, and she is talking to people and loving on people, and she is pushing hard to hit senior silver this month. So just want to give her a shout out for never giving up.
I want to shout out two of my people who are on here tonight. One is Jamie Williams, the other is Sarah Burkett. I don't think she's shown up as the correct last name though. Sarah jumped in the business a couple of months ago, and she is the definition of
hit the ground running and coachable, and she will do what you tell her to do. She is doing amazing. She is like this close to senior silver. She has an amazing sponsor. Her sponsor is Beatty. If y'all know her, she is precious. And I'm really excited for what they have going. And then Jamie Williams is on here. She jumped in. She earned Leaders Retreat last year. She went to Mexico with all of y'all. Some of us did not go. And she recently just moved in behind me, so now she can't get away from me. We're gonna have business meetings like all the time. But she is doing amazing. She shares the business so well. She started sharing the business immediately when she started sharing Plexus, and I'm just really proud of both of them.
I just text Beck. That has to be one of my very favorite parts we've ever done on a call before. Like it was like I was like, and more and more and who else? Like y'all, here's what I loved about that. It's a lot of names that we don't see very often that are brand new or that maybe don't get like all of the graphics and the recognition yet. But the names you just heard, I think are the names you're going to hear for the next couple of months as all the Disney announcements come out, as all the Rising Leaders Retreat. Like everyone who's putting the work in right now, that's about to show up in a lot of really amazing ways over the next year. So I just want you to like remember this call, remember these names, and then when you start seeing graphics of who's ranking up, who's earning trips, who's earning shopping sprees, and over the next year, who's earning emerald, sapphire, and diamond, I think you're going to see a lot of similarities to what's going on.
Andrea, this is
Yes.
Becca Havens. My name is not pulling up on there, but my sister's on the call, Elizabeth McGinley, and I just wanted to give her a quick shout out. She has been showing up on the calls, on the Zooms, and then we're both have a heart to like be running, and she is like putting in all the groundwork. Like she is doing all the things. Um, and she's got big goals for Leaders Retreat and just moving the needle. And anyway, it's just so exciting to see um, like y'all pouring into her, and even as like her sponsor, like her just, hey, this is Zoom call. Don't forget, got to be on here. So anyway,
Love it. Y'all, it's so exciting to be a part of something. So the more that you plug in, the more a part of it you will feel week after week on each one of these calls. It'll just feel more, a little bit more like a community of friends and a little more like home and a little bit more like you know what to expect every time you show up. Okay, we are going to pass this to Wesley Bishop. Wesley's going to give you a little bit about her background, which is so impressive, more impressive than my background. And we're going to talk just a little bit about armor. So, so plug in. We're going to talk armor. If you don't know why you're taking it or why to take it, or you've got it on your counter and you don't know how to take it, Wes is about to cover all this. So, Wes, I'm going to give you the mic.
I don't know about impressive, but I was told I'm supposed to say what my credentials are, so I guess I will. So I've been with Plexus for, 10 and a half years now. And when Plexus found me, I was working as a pharmacist full time. And over the last 10 and a half years, I've slowly gotten to be more and more holistic and further away from the pharmacy thing. And so now I own my own holistic practice where I do muscle testing and applied kinesiology. So that is my background. I'm going to keep this short and sweet because this is supposed to be a fun call, even though to me, nerding out is totally fun. So we're going to talk a little bit about armor. Again, short and sweet. I just want to tell you guys about why I think really everybody needs this, or pretty much everybody needs this product. And essentially it's because a lot of people, even if we've been working on our gut health for a really long time, have what's called leaky gut. And essentially what that is, it's exactly what it sounds like. So our gut lining should be nice and tight, right? So that nutrients can come in, but nothing bad goes out. When we have different things in our life, like stress, when we take medications, when we eat processed foods, when we're not sleeping well, and even things like aging, the inflammation in our gut can cause those junctions to be looser. right? So bad things, things that we don't want to go out of our gut, are going out of our gut. And that's what causes all of these symptoms like autoimmune issues, food sensitivities, bloating, inflammation, poor immune health, weight issues. I mean, energy, lack of mental clarity, skin issues, all of those things, mood, all of those things are going to be related to that. So if you or someone on your team has been using, our gut health products for a long time and they're still having some of those issues, this could be the answer to that. Helping that gut lining to get back to where it was meant to be. So again, the nutrients can come in like they're supposed to, but the bad stuff doesn't go out. Best to be taken on an empty stomach. That is what the ingredients that are in it, that's how they're going to work best. I just want to highlight two of the ingredients. There are some other awesome ingredients in here. But the first one would be the colostrum, which is the A2 specifically, which what's important about that is that it is more well tolerated for people, especially those who have like dairy issues. A2 is typically more well tolerated. So just good to know for people who maybe have some issues with dairy. But it's A2 colostrum. And basically what that does, what that function is in Armor, is it is signaling the immune system where to go in the gut lining to provide support, to help with strengthening and tightening that gut lining. And then glutamine is the other one, and that helps with GLP-2 production. So helping a natural production of GLP-2 in your body. We talk a lot about GLP-1, but this is helping with GLP-2, which is really specific and important in gut health. Sorry, my kids are knocking at my door. It is locked, so I'm distracted. So yeah, GLP-2 is really essential in gut lining, and the L-glutamine helps with that. So short and sweet, that's what it's for. Best on an empty stomach. Really great for people with autoimmune issues, but really super helpful for a whole host of.
Thank you so much, Wes. I really appreciate you. Just sometimes it helps, if nothing else, for you to say, I was listening to someone on a call the other night. They, have a background in pharmaceuticals. They are aware of why natural ways are a good, sometimes we need pharmaceuticals, but this is a really good option. Saying you heard it from somebody else sometimes makes it so much easier to talk about. And I just thank you, Wes, so much for sharing with us. Okay. Moving out of products and into business, which is my level. I can talk business all day long. You ask me about an ingredient in a product and I freeze on you. So this is a call. So we talked about convention. I didn't get to go. And I am so jealous, crazy jealous of my friends that got to go to not only a Diamond Summit back in the spring, but then convention, and got to sit underneath our new Chief Global Development Officer, Stuart McMillan. He's new to our company, and so I haven't gotten to meet him yet. And everybody is so excited about him. All of my friends that have been doing this business with me for the last, 10, 11, 12 years, and who got to sit and listen to him talk, and just Becky even got some one-on-one time with him. And I was just I'm so jealous. So I messaged his assistant and said, is there any way, Melissa, if you have anything that you thought was just great that Stuart said, or his character, anything, will you put it in the chat as well? Because she got to sit next to him. But I messaged his assistant and said, can I have a call with him for our team? I want to get to know him better. I have questions I want to ask him. And he's been in the network marketing company with a bunch of companies that are network marketing industry, with a bunch of companies that we all recognize. And he has helped build them up 3 and 4 times where we are right now. And so she said, yes, absolutely. Here are some dates and times. She gave me a lot of options. And so we stuck with July 20th. It's 6 p.m. Central. So for some of y'all, you might need to rearrange some things to make it a little earlier. But just put this on your calendar because we're going to actually have time with one of our C-suite to talk about belief and vision. And if you have a specific question you would like to ask him, you are welcome to send it to me. Just DM me and be, I'd love to know this about Stuart or about what he thinks about network marketing industry or why he picked Plexus as what I consider, I could be wrong, but kind of his sunset company. Like this is the company he's going to kind of retire with. Why did he choose us? And that's the question I really want answered for me. So I'm really excited about this call. This is just something I asked for, and corporate's like, yeah, of course, sure. And I really do think if we wanted Alec or Charles or anybody else, they would say yes. But I wanted Stuart to come talk to our team about belief and vision. So I'm really excited about this call. Okay.
Yeah, let me piggyback on what Andrea is saying about Stuart, and why, if I were you, why I would go ahead and schedule that June 20th call and put it in my calendar with an alarm. I want to talk especially to some of you guys who, one, you're doing this business because you feel like it's a ministry calling, and you sense like the need for people of faith to keep encouraging you and pouring into your cup. And Stuart McMillan was a huge deal at one of our biggest competitor companies. And he left there and came out of retirement, not only to take what is the massive, like, what's the word? I was asking Andrea, what's the word for like a big battleship that is Plexus? And he is starting to turn us in a fresh direction with fresh vision. But he is also like a pretty serious person of faith. And he told me personally, he said, it is my super secret mission to share the gospel at Plexus. So he really sees it as like a ministry calling. I would encourage you to go ahead and put that date in your phone and set the alarm and do it for yourself because you need your belief built. But like I said earlier, don't come get on a call by yourself. Invite your team. Okay. Speaking of ways that somebody once told me, someone with Plexus once told me, if you show me someone's calendar for the next 30 days, I'll show you someone that's not going to quit. And I would say if you don't have Plexus stuff scheduled in your calendar right now, there's an element that you could quit. And I don't want you to. I want you to stick around. I think there's some really amazing things just around the corner with Plexus. And right here, you can see these save the dates. One of the biggest ones that I know for sure I'm gunning for because my 10-year-old daughter has complained for years, you've never taken me to Disney, like she's some kind of impoverished child. And so when she found out that Rising Leaders Retreat was going to be there at Orlando at Disney World, she was like, well, we have to do this. So I've definitely got this in my calendar. I mentioned earlier that you need to go ahead and register for convention in Atlanta next year. It's going to be awesome. I'm super, super excited to see what products get announced in 1 year's time. And then listen, you should go ahead and put Emerald Extravaganza and Diamond Destination in your phone. Why? Because sometimes you need that calendar reminder of what your goal is to get going, to get pushing for it. Also, that way you won't have to ask, hey, when is that? If I want to plan on that, go ahead, schedule it, set your calendar up. We'll talk at the end of the call about putting calls in your calendar as well.
Okay, one of the things that, thank you, Sarah Byers, for the shout out on the book club that a lot of us are listening to and reading a book about getting over yourself, which if you haven't read Becky Page's post from today on Facebook or Instagram, I encourage you to go over there and read her post because nothing says get over yourself like I don't care what people think, which is pretty much her post. And I really want to hear in the chat, will you just drop what are you doing for personal development? What are you listening to? What are you reading? What are you doing? And if anybody wants to unmute and tell me, like, not if it's not the book study, something else. What are you doing for personal development? And I will tell you personally, for me, for each chapter that we're doing and get over yourself, I am kind of finding a correlating book and talk. So this last week, we've been talking a lot about stories and writing your own story and having a story. So I'm reading a book, listening to a book on my walks about storytelling so that I can get better at it. Because the book itself isn't going to give me all of the information. I'm like digging in at, one of them was about vision casting. So I listened to an entire book about vision casting while doing this book. So Someone unmute and tell me what you're doing for personal development.
I don't know if this also counts as personal development, but I'm doing 2 books. I know that sounds crazy, but this one is called Not a Fan, and it's by Kyle Idleman. So I'm in your book club, Andrea, but the book club not a fan. It's more of a personal development, focusing on spiritual development, but it also, I feel like it translates to just overall working with people, and it's really been helpful.
Love it. Great. That's awesome. Okay. And then y'all can see kind of in the chat, one of the things I really want to know is what Stuart's reading. So one of the questions I want to ask him on the call is, what is he reading? Because I think it's so fascinating what our C-suite reads. I know that the entire C-suite has done 10x is easier than 2x, which if you did that study with us, we did that a couple of years ago. And then our entire corporate office did it, which is why we're going to be in so much momentum and why Beck talked about turning that ship. So I would really encourage you. I see Jessica Schlager talking about Ambition Coalition podcast. Yes and amen. You can jump in at any point into those. And if you just want to start with the latest one or the first one, those are so huge. And then Cassie Ritchie started 75 Hard today. I don't know if that's a book. And if it's a book, that's incredible. But if you're actually doing 75 Hard, I've thought about it a couple of times and backed up. So that's impressive. And then, okay, a lot of y'all are reading the book with us. Walking every day is great, Copeland says, for changing her mental health for her business and her personal life. And sometimes it's good to just drive without your radio on. Your brain works so great. It's kind of like when you're in the shower and all your thoughts come. I will be driving, complete silence, and send myself a voice message of like, oh, and y'all, the whole time I'm walking and reading a book, like y'all should see my note section. I'll literally stop, make myself a note, like, check on this, or, make this, happen on the team page, or I'll immediately send a voice message to someone at corporate. Why don't we do this? And it's really important sometimes to stop what you're doing with the book and immediately put it into action. So I want to challenge that. So Elizabeth, I'll send you these little AirPod thingies, and it's a great way to listen to more books, Bible study, and listening to podcasts. I see Nicole podcasts, McKee, and she's going to tell us which ones have been helpful. And while more of y'all are dropping in that, here in the next 15 minutes, this call is going to start. It's called the July Game Plan. And if you just want to start at the beginning of it, some of y'all have a call you need to get on at 8:30. I would encourage you, get up out of your chair. You don't have to have your camera on for this one, and just go walk for 30 minutes and listen to this call. Here, the Zoom ID is right here, that 829. Oh, and the link Beck put on the information on the table. So again, back on the table, the information is there. She put the information of the call. So I would, if you don't have anything going on for the next 30 minutes, I would go potty, get yourself a bottle of water. I don't know if you have Frosted Berry Hydrate yet. I do not. I am waiting. But make yourself a little drink for the evening if you need it, and then get on this call at 8:00. These women are pouring so much wisdom in week after week on these calls. So if you want a call that's going to get you into actual action, the faces that you see on here are so many of our top leaders in the company that are in action. So do we have one more thing? No, that's it. Beck, did we need to cover anything else? We're all good? Okay.
We're all
Thank
good.
you so
Thanks,
much,
guys,
for coming to my birthday party. 40 of y'all if you could have a birthday party of 40 of your favorite people all across the country that all want to run together, that's a pretty good birthday. So when people say, I don't know anybody, I'm like, you can find 40 people you want to invite to your birthday party, and y'all would be my 40. So there you go.
I think we should all unmute and yell happy birthday. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Here's to another great year with all of y'all. Bye, y'all.
Knock it off.
Someone said knock it off.